Alrighty, folks. So the markets were all over the place today, like they have been the past couple of days. We had the S&P 500 pretty much break even. Same with the Russell, as the Nasdaq went up 0.7%, and we had the Dow Jones close down 0.5%. Get this, guys, the VIX went down 7%. So in this video, we're going to break down some earnings, the markets in general, some charts. So if you all find value, hit that like button, subscribe, and if you want some free money, who doesn't like free money? Get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and up to 12 stocks from Webull. All the details are down below, guys, in full disclosure. Those are affiliate links, so if you do sign up, get your free stocks. It also helps out the channel. Full disclosure, I appreciate you all as always. So let's just dive into it. You guys see Airbnb here on the screen, which is up massively after the bell. The stock closed up 3.8% on the day, and it closed at $120, mind you. And right now, after the bell, it is over $130 a share. In other words, it is up around 10% right now, and at one point it was up over 12% after the bell. So big move here for Airbnb. Let's just dive into the live news tab, and we're going to zip through this video, guys. I actually have to be somewhere in about an hour from now, so we're going to zip through this and get through it as fast as possible. Hit that like button if you guys find value. So it looks like they ended up doing what the heck? Where's the revenue? I just saw it. EPS of 25 cents on revenue of 1.86 billion, which looks like that beat the estimate, and they guided for Q1 revenue of 1.75 to 1.82. This is what really is moving the stock, in my opinion. 1.75 to 1.82 billion versus the 1.68 billion revenue for Q1. So that is really good, better than the estimate there. And it looks like here, let's see what else here. Gross booking value was $13.5 billion, up 20% year over year. Pretty good. Nights and experiences booked $88.2 million, up 20%. So they're still growing pretty nicely on those metrics, guys, with 6.6 million active listings, up 16% year over year. That's really good. You want to see more and more listings on the platform, guys, which that's up 16%. Cross-border gross nights booked increased almost 50%. That is pretty impressive there, with daily rates being about average daily rates $153, down 1%. So listings are up, and the daily rates are not declining massively like some people might expect. Maybe because we're in a recession, potentially inflation's still pretty high. Maybe people aren't going, so they're going to be going on trips as much. Maybe they're going to be dropping prices of Airbnbs. No, not really. I mean, the daily active rates, average rates rather, $153, only down 1% year over year, and average daily rates excluding impact of FX, which I'm not sure what that is, but that's up 5% year over year. Not bad. So this is one that we talked about recently, and although I'm not big on trading earnings, I didn't trade this. It still played out, like we talked about. It's breaking out now of the highs here from a couple days ago, $120. We ripped through that, obviously, and if you guys remember, we had this ascending triangle drawn out earlier in the day today, so that ended up playing out. Clearly, you guys see that, and the thing is, guys, if you don't play earnings, sometimes you're going to leave money on the table. That's the truth, because you're going to miss moves like this. But, big but here, you're also going to miss out, or not miss out, but let's say it's the stock dumped and you were in it, you're not going to lose your shirt if you don't play earnings, right? So the way I'm looking at it is, sure, I missed money on this, but then again, it could have went down the same amount. And if I, gambled on the earnings, I would have lost a bunch of money. So that's kind of how my mindset is right now. To be honest, I don't care if I miss out on the move. I just don't like gambling on earnings, and we'll see if this does end up pulling back. Maybe we could get a re-entry point. In fact, I think it will cool off a little bit, whether it's tomorrow, later this week, next week at some point. This is bound to cool off to the low mid-120s, at least in my personal opinion. So Airbnb on fire. Kudos to all the shareholders out there. Full disclosure, I do not own Airbnb, but if you own it, let me know in the comments, because it is doing fairly well right now. We also had Devon Energy report today. DVN is the ticker. We have a clear wedge on this thing. I mean, look at this, guys. We have higher lows at the same time as we have lower highs, and it looks like this thing is dumping here after the bell. It went up 0.6% on the day, and now after the bell, it is down a whopping 5.5%. So giving back all the gains and some here, and it looks like they did adjusted EPS of $1.66 versus $1.75, so they missed on that, and they missed on revenue, 4.3 versus 4.39 billion, and it looks like here they approved 11% on an 11% increase to the quarterly dividend payment, which is good. That's outpacing inflation. You want to see that. Well, at least the inflation metric that they tell us, right? Which today we got the word of that, which it's 6.4% on an annualized basis. So they missed EPS, they missed revenue, although they are increasing that dividend, which is good. The stock is still getting destroyed. You guys can see if we go, again, on the intraday, it's down 5% on the 4-hour chart now. Looks like we're dumping to the bottom of the wedge. So I'd be careful with this. This might start falling under the wedge. It looks like it might start falling under that point. So we also have Upstart, UPST. Let's pull that up. Upstart ended up going up on the day 4.7%, but now it looks like after the bell, it has given back all those gains and some. At one point, it actually dumped all the way under $15, which is not that good. That's pretty bad, guys. So it looks like they ended up losing 25 cents on the quarter, which beat the loss of 47 cents, estimated on sales of $147 million, which beat the 133.59 million estimate. So they beat EPS, beat on revenue. It looks like here they see Q1 revenue of $100 million. I'm not sure what the estimate was on that. Oh my God. The estimate was $157 million. So Q1 revenue is literally 50% under what the estimate is. That is awful. That's really bad. Okay, that's probably why it's tanking here after the bell. It says revenue from fees roughly $110 million. So I guess it says correction, revenue from fees $110 million. Either way, that's horrible compared to the guidance, and it seems like there's nothing much else there to talk about or look at, but it looks like they beat EPS, revenue, guidance is awful. That's why the stock saw that initial tank down about 15%, which is pretty wild. And now it's down about, after the bell, let's see here, 4%. So it has recovered a lot of that loss. But still, Upstart does not look like it's in a good position. Clearly still on a downtrend. And to be honest, I would not touch it. I'm only covering it here because, again, they reported earnings, and we have to talk about companies that reported earnings. We also had TripAdvisor report, and my goodness, look at that. This is moving like crazy. This thing closed at $25. Now it's at $28 after the bell. In other words, it is up over 10%. So let's pull this up and see what's going on under the hood with TripAdvisor for the last quarter. They did Q4 EPS of 16 cents versus 4 cents estimated. They beat that. Sales $354 million versus $343.91. So they beat that. And they see anything on guidance. Not seeing anything on guidance, but overall, they double beat. And the stock, I guess, was not pricing that in. Looks like it's flying. Looks like, there's nothing else there on guidance, or anything on guidance for that matter. But it is up over 10% after the bell, which is great. We're breaking out of the highs from a couple days ago. We're at a multi-month high at that. Honestly, we just took the highs out from the middle of August with today's pop after the bell. So let's see if TripAdvisor could sustain this move, into the mid-20s, high 20s. Maybe we crack above 30. I'm not sure what the all-time high is on this thing. Let's pull up the max chart and see. My goodness, 107 back in 2014, almost a decade ago, is where that all-time high was. Now we're down a massive amount from that point. We're still down 80%. Oh my God, it's bad. From all-time high. So those are the 4 companies that reported earnings. We also had Coca-Cola report earlier, which I did mention in my last video, but I'll take a look at it very quickly here again because the night videos typically get more views than the videos earlier in the day. So, not always, but a lot of the time they do. So in this case, Let's cover Coca-Cola again. So they ended up doing 45 cents in line with the estimate there. So that's EPS on revenue of $10.10 billion, which beat the $10.02 billion. Organic revenue rose 15%. They see full year 23 adjusted EPS growth of 7 and 9%. They see anything else? I swear there was organic revenue growth guidance. Yeah, they see full year 23 organic revenue growth of about 7 to 8%. That's not too bad. They see capital spending of about $1.9 billion, almost $2 billion there. Last I checked, I didn't see anything on the dividend, which if I was a Coca-Cola shareholder, I want to see that dividend increase, and I'm not sure when they increased it last, and it's not like one of those companies that never increases the dividend. I'm just not sure when they increased it last. Yeah, it looks like here a couple of years ago it was 41 cents, it was 42 cents a little bit after that, now it's 44 cents, so it's creeping up every quarter. Maybe not every quarter, but it looks like every year it does creep up a little bit, which that's a good sign. You do want to see your dividend. If you're a dividend investor, you want to see that growing, and preferably growing faster than what inflation is, kind of like your salary, right? You want to see your salary outpace inflation or at least keep up with it. I mean, that'd be great, right? And we know based on statistics, a lot of people's salaries have not kept up with, inflation, and that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. Student loan, the whole student loan crisis. Student loans have gone up a ton, whereas salaries have not gone up much. We're not going to get into that in this video, guys. I could talk about that all day. That's a whole nother can of worms that we're not going to be cracking in this video. So those are 5 stocks: Airbnb, Devon, Upstart, TripAdvisor. Let's see some other ones very quickly. We might as well talk about 7 stocks, because that's the key number there that we put in the title, guys. 7 stocks. And I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video yet, but we're gonna go with the flow here. So the next one that I want to look at quickly, let's do an update on, is Best Buy. This one up 1.2%, and it looks like now it's retaking $87. It closed over 88, which is good. 87, that was the high from back in the middle of August, also beginning of December, also the middle of January. So the fact that we took that out, we're above the moving averages now. Looks like this ascending triangle is playing out. Best Buy could be making a move, probably low mid-90s in my opinion. So keep your eyes out on Best Buy. We also had a big move today on AMD. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, this looks like it's about to break out. I'm gonna set my alert on. I can't even talk, guys. I'm trying to talk too fast. My words are not matching up with what's in my head. That's a problem. Let's take a look here. Markets that were above $86 is where I'm putting my alert. And we can see $86. That's been resistance the past couple days, weeks, and also from back in the middle of September. So if AMD could crack over 86, and call me crazy, but is this not an ascending triangle? You guys see that? If we could break 86, fill the gap to 90, break 90, who knows where we're going to be going from there? That could be a point where this really starts to explode. So I'm going to set my alert at 90 as well. And those are 7 stocks, guys. Those are 7 stocks I'm looking at right now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, a bit of a quicker one today. If you did, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Feel free to also get your free money from Moomoo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. All you guys got to do is go down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Read the details. Get your money. Let me know what stocks you end up getting. You could also get up to 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. Link down below. And don't forget, if you guys want to check out the Patreon, all the details are down below. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.